Hi there, I'm Harjeet Dhillon, your host of Girls Talk, and this is NJ Digital TV. And I have something really different for you guys today. As you can see, there are airplanes in the background. We've been doing a photo shoot here, and I'm fortunate enough to have the General Manager of Enterprise Aviation Group, Ken Ruffo, with me here to answer a few questions about the business. Hi, Ken.
Hi, it's very nice to have the opportunity to talk to you today.
Well, it's an honor talking to you. You have so much information. You're a wealth of knowledge on the planes and the business itself. You were the best person to speak to. So I was wondering if you could break down the businesses that are included under this umbrella.
I'd be happy to. Enterprise Aviation Group is really composed of 4 different businesses. One is a flight training unit or flight school, which teaches people to fly both as private pilots and commercial pilots. We also have our maintenance group that works on aircraft here at the Oshawa Airport, and we work on everything from small single-engine Cessnas to light and medium jets. We also have what's called a fixed-based operation, or FBO, which I consider to be the gas station of our operation. And we fuel aircraft that are here at the airport, either itinerant aircraft or aircraft based here. And we also provide facilities for people who are transiting through. And then the other part of our operation, which is exciting, is that we have the charter and aircraft management group. So we actually manage, I think, 6 aircraft at the moment in all parts of the world, doing different types of work. A big part of it is aircraft that are involved in survey work, and at the moment we have aircraft in Africa and Malaysia and the US. And then we also have our charter aircraft here, which are used for corporate and other type of charter work.
And so these charter aircraft that you're talking about are the ones that we were using for the shoot today?
They are. So you were using 2 of our aircraft today. One is a King Air, which is a twin-engine turboprop, and it's used mainly for corporate work, but also for charters. It's a great aircraft if you're going to someplace in Ontario, Quebec, or northeastern U.S. The other aircraft you're using is a Falcon 10 jet. It's considered a light jet, and it is used for all kinds of different charter as well as medevac. It does a lot of medevac work here for Orange.
Okay, wow, that's quite incredible. Orange is the medical helicopters and...
Yes, you see the Orange helicopters a lot. We do some medevac and organ transplant work.
Well, that's quite incredible. Mm-hmm. So you get to see a lot of different things. You're involved in quite a lot. You have your hands full, I guess, with your work.
Yes.
With a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I know you mentioned that in spring you have something to do with girls taking a flight, which is quite intriguing.
Yes, and that started about 5 years ago. It's an event that takes place here. We host it, but it's organized by Leslie Page and the 99s originally, and they do a great job of bringing aviation firms here, groups involved in aviation, everyone from Transport Canada to the Department of Defense to Porter and other airlines. And the idea is to introduce the idea of aviation as a career to young women, girls, and anyone who's interested, really. Mm-hmm. It's also an opportunity for them to get a flight in a small aircraft to see what it's like. A lot of people haven't actually been up in a small aircraft.
Yeah, no, they haven't. I think today was probably my first time too.
No, you actually got a chance?
No, not to go up in it,
no.
But to sit inside of it, which was good enough for me,
yes.
The experience. But I really like that concept because you're right. A lot of women, young girls, they're not exposed to such career opportunities. It's not something that would cross their mind unless it's something that is inviting to them. So having this introductory session, what kind of things do you introduce them to?
Well, we have guest speakers here who talk about their career path in aviation, everything from people involved more on the maintenance side to the training side to actually flying for some of the major airlines. And I think the whole idea is to open up the idea that aviation isn't a male-only field, or shouldn't be. Unfortunately, women are underrepresented, and there's a lot of opportunity in the field, particularly now, and just in general terms, there's a good demand for pilots. This is something that has been building for a number of years, and as a career opportunity or career path to become a pilot, it's a much shorter road than it was just 10 years ago.
Yes.
It used to take a long time for a pilot to build the appropriate hours and experience and credentials to be considered by a Porter or a WestJet or an Air Canada. But now, due to demographics, due to increasing demand, call it the career path is much shorter than it used to be.
For females and males? Or
for females and males, yes. And I think there's a concerted effort on the part of a lot of larger players to try to recruit as many female pilots as possible too. They're trying to address the imbalance.
Just from your personal perspective, yeah, and this is just totally your personal opinion, when it comes to female pilots, do you find that they're not pursuing a career to be a pilot or in the aviation field because they're not exposed to it as much? Or do you think it's more that they're underrepresented and they're just going to go with that and they're just going to focus more on careers that are suited for females?
Well, that's a good question, and I'm not sure the genesis of the reason that it's underrepresented. I think perhaps if you go far enough back, it was a male-dominated area. It wasn't necessarily inviting. It might be analogous to, say, some of the engineering fields, and maybe women were not encouraged to consider that as an option. Mm-hmm. But certainly today it's much more inviting, and it is a very good career opportunity.
And yourself, how long have you been in the aviation field?
I've been with Enterprise for about 5 years now.
And before that, were you with the aviation field?
No, I had nothing to do with aviation. I mean, my background is actually engineering. The closest I came was working on a dipping sonar system for a company a long, long time ago. But I've been here for 5 years and learning quite a bit, and I'm actually now starting to pursue my own pilot license.
That's quite incredible.
Yes.
And once you get your pilot license, do you think that you will book a weekend away with your family on one of these planes?
Probably not on one of these big planes, but I would hope to be able to maybe go up north or take one of the small planes just for family trips.
Okay, that would be nice.
Yes.
Because you did mention to me earlier that these planes are good for business meetings and they're used for corporations.
It's an excellent way if you want to save time and you have reason to be in a location for business purposes to consider versus going with commercial travel. Generally, the further away, the more expensive it is because the costing is based on the distance flown. Mm-hmm. But as an example, we had a corporate client that had a meeting in New York and needed to be down there. It was 3 or 4 people. And so they booked our jet. They flew down in the morning, so they arrived here about 9:30, quarter to 10, got on the plane at 10, flew down, had their meetings, very convenient. They did cleared customs on the tarmac down in the States, and then flew back for the afternoon. Whereas if they'd traveled commercial, it would have been a much longer affair.
Well, I always do say that. I mean, from Toronto to New York itself, I'm just going to say, it's for a ballpark of like, say, 8 hours plus. And that's driving. And then if you're going to fly, it's not much shorter than that. The flight itself is a short period of time, but then going to the airport, yes, checking in, going through customs, and then landing as well, getting off the plane, that adds about 3 hours.
It absolutely does. And by doing a private charter, you avoid a lot of that. I mean, you still have to go through customs. You don't avoid that, but you do avoid the lines. You don't have the same need to be here well in advance. And I think it does offer a lot of advantages, particularly from a corporate standpoint, when you consider the amount of time if you have multiple people who are tied up for a whole day at an airport.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think it's a perfect option. So if you haven't ever thought about that, you should contact Aviation Enterprise Group. I'm almost there. And you should see if they have a plane for you. I just have one quick question, though.
Yes.
Maybe a couple questions.
Okay.
But one of the questions is, you're talking about these planes being charter flights and taking people places back and forth.
Yes.
Can they be used for any other purposes? Say, for example, if somebody wanted to shoot a commercial, a music video, or a movie, do you rent your planes out for that purpose? Do you even know if that...
Well, we have actually rented out some of our facilities for purposes of photo shoots and different events. Our hangar facility, in addition to making available some of our aircraft. So it is possible. The aircraft are busy though, and so it's one of those things where the primary purpose of the aircraft is flying and charter business.
That's incredible. I mean, so they're not just to go from one place to the other. They can be booked out if you wanted to include them in a music video or a commercial shoot or something like that, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
So it was an honor having you on the show, Ken.
It was very nice chatting with you today.
And I am looking forward to hearing about your pilot license and how it goes.
Okay. And maybe we can have you back for the Girls Take Flight event. That would be wonderful.
I would love that. So next spring, hopefully we'll be back here and we can actually see firsthand women discussing the flights at Girls Take a Flight. That's what
Girls Take Flight, yes.
Girls Take Flight.
Which happens every spring.
Yeah.
And yes, we'd love to see you.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being here, Ken.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for watching Harjeet Dhillon on Girls Talk. We'll be right back after this.
Hello ladies, this is Zara. Ready for an easy and tasty dip? मजेदार और आसान खानों के लिए
हबीब रेसिपी मिक्स और बारबेक्यू रेंज घर ले आए।
कन्वीनियंस और टेस्ट भरा हबीब रेसिपी मिक्स एंड बारबेक्यू रेंज दे रिवायती खानों को जायका निराला। हबीब रेसिपी मिक्स एंड बारबेक्यू रेंज
for easy and tasty
देसी खाने।
This is the world of internet. You have everything on your computer and mobile screen. If you wish to promote your business through internet, especially to perfect target market, then you have just one reliable name, NJ Marketing, offering various marketing solutions like social media marketing, telemarketing, email marketing, search engine optimization, graphic designing, web designing and development, and mobile application development. So call now at 647-824-1485 or email at njmarketing15@gmail.com or log on to njmarketing.ca.
चॉकलेट चिप कुकी
अली
सिर्फ कुकी दूंगा, चॉकलेट चिप नहीं दूंगा। इसमें तो बहुत सारे चॉकलेट चिप हैं। एक सेकंड देता हूँ, अभी भी बहुत है।
अब अली बेचारा क्या करे जब नहीं बिस्कॉनी चॉकलेट चिप कुकी में है बहुत ज्यादा चॉकलेट चिप्स, ऊपर भी चॉकलेट अंदर भी चॉकलेट।
आपकी कुकी
बिस्कॉनी चॉकलेट चिप कुकीज बहुत 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 चॉकलेटी।
हर खुशी बिस्कॉनी।
Are you sure about it? Let's do it then.
The family law lawyers at Alam Law Chambers will be with you during your stressful divorce and custody battle so that the best possible result can be found for you and your children. Reliable and affordable. Alam Law.
Hi, I'm your host Harjeet Dhillon of Girls Talk. Welcome back. As you know, we are at Enterprise Airlines in Oshawa, and we have the luxury of sitting inside of one of these planes. I am with Suzy Tamasy, who's the designer at today's shoot and stylist, and Faryal, who did my makeup as always. The jewelry and the dress that I'm wearing is courtesy of Suzy Q Jewels. I want to talk to the ladies, and I wanted to have a bit more of an intimate setting. Thanks, girls, for being here.
Hi, thanks for having us.
I know you wouldn't turn down the opportunity of sitting in a private plane, right?
No, it's only once in a while, right?
Well, yeah, it's a luxury, and we're feeling very special right now.
Yes.
As am I too. So this shoot today that you put together, or you're involved in, I just wanted to understand how exciting is it for you, and is this something that you've done before?
I've been in the business since 2012, so I have done several events. But I never did one in an airplane. And I've always wanted to have photos with airplane, and getting involved with Oshawa right now because that's where Suzy Q Jewels is starting out again.
Yeah, well, it's really good to have a bit of a variety when you're taking pictures. It makes your dresses more credible, and they're just everywhere. They can even go on airplanes. It's fantastic, you know? So talking about like airplanes, it's weird because not a lot of people would think to have a connection with people that fly planes or own airlines, private airlines, which I'm sure it took a lot of work to establish such contacts. Could you tell me a little bit about establishing contacts in the industry? And you too, Faryal.
Oh my gosh, I mean, I'm a freelance makeup artist, so without contacts, we don't have anything. So I mean, and I do all these fashion shows and I go to all these photo shoots because I meet new people. I mean, that's one of the things that keeps me going. That's what I love about this job anyways. But it's just so important because I started off at a fashion show. I just volunteered, and the contacts that I made through there have brought me all the way to here, where I am at right now. So, I mean, I can't even emphasize the importance of maintaining your contacts and building contacts.
Yeah, I find it very essential to business itself, even with the models. And when we originated with Suzy Q Jewels, it's to build the models up, and a lot of the models were new and they need to pay for a portfolio, so that's where we would come in with a photographer to give them free portfolio of photos, and then from there also do a good cause. And as you know, that Suzy Q Jewels donates a portion of their sales to
women's shelters.
Which
is what I really love about your dresses, because they're not just beautiful and affordable, they're actually supporting women.
Yes.
And that's what my show is all about. That's what I'm all about, is supporting women.
And that's what Suzy Q is about also, is we empower women and we want to collaborate and grow together, and for us to stick together. That's what women should do, right? It shouldn't be a competition. It should be something that we should help each other grow.
I really agree with that, don't you, Faryal?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad and honored to be all together, and that's why I wanted you to come today, because Harjeet, you're passionate of what you do, and Faryal is passionate with her makeup, so I had to have her here.
Thank you, I'm honored.
And I kind of fought for it, but that's another story.
No, she's awesome, actually. I mean, I met Suzy, about 2 years ago? And also at one of her photo shoots. And here we are. We've maintained the relationship since. I've done other photo shoots with her. And, I mean, not only that, you know, we work together, but we have become such good friends. And we know so much about each other. I mean, who wouldn't want that? So.
Yeah. That's the best part of life, right? Is to make that connection and stay together and grow together, basically. Absolutely. From bad to worse or good to good, right? Yeah. So, yeah.
I think that's really important, because when you put a lot of girls together in one environment, sometimes it's not always as accommodating and friendly as this environment is right now. It can be quite hostile at times with the competitive nature of some women. So I'm glad that us three could make it. Yeah, it's like really hot, so I think that we should buckle up and we should fly somewhere, Pilot Faryal.
Let's go. Please, I'm the pilot, I'm in charge, I'm taking everybody to Paris.
My bucket list is Paris. Off we should go.
ट्रेंडी कूल है के गहने गोल्ड हाउस गोल्ड ज्वेलरी का है बेस्ट प्लेस गोल्ड हाउस प्योरिटी क्वालिटी भरोसे का ये नाम गोल्ड हाउस ज्वेलर्स
Now open biggest store of 22 and 24 karat gold jewelry in Malton. Gold House Jewelers.
New collection just arrived from Dubai, Pakistan and India. Call Shahid or Junaid.
905-672-0786.
Purity is guaranteed.
Gold House Jewelers.
We at Albarka Travel are passionate about our clients' entire journey, from dream to experience to memory. We are not only the #1 Umrah agent in Canada, but also guarantee the cheapest airfare to Pakistan, India, Middle East, and Europe. Albarka Travel, combining your ideas with its experience and expertise to deliver you the most enjoyable travel experience and vacation packages possible. Get in touch at 905-232-6566. Albarka Travel. Explore the world with us.
An exclusive multi-designer studio specialized in wedding planning services, bridal wear, casual party wear, jewelry, shoes, purses, dupattas, men's and kids' clothes. You name it, we have it. Some of the Pakistani designer labels we carry are Sanike, Agha Noor, Sana Safinaz, Anas Abrar, Zainab Chutani, Wahaj Khan, Fatma Khan, and many more. Parahan, sheer elegance. We believe in quality service and best price.
You can contact 9075 Derry Road West, Unit Number 1, Milton, Ontario.
मैं हूं जहांगीर खान, स्क्वाश कोर्ट का चैंपियन, लेकिन रियल एस्टेट इन्वेस्टमेंट का चैंपियन मोहम्मद कामरान हुसैन। मुझे उन पर यकीन है, आप भी करके देखिए।
जहांगीर खान और हजारों क्लाइंट्स का चहेता मोहम्मद कामरान हुसैन। रेजिडेंशियल प्रॉपर्टीज और इन्वेस्टमेंट्स दोनों के लिए ही सही मशवरा, सही फैसला। मकान जिसे आप अपना घर कहने में फख्र महसूस करेंगे। मोहम्मद कामरान हुसैन, 4163185264।
Hi, I'm still here at the Aviation Enterprise Group, and I'm sitting here in the pilot lounge with the beautiful Karen, who was one of the models for the shoot today. And I'm delighted to be talking to her about what actually brought you to this shoot. You've modeled for quite a while. So how did you hear about this shoot, and why did you decide you wanted to be a part of this shoot?
Thank you. It's great to be in your show. Mostly I've worked with Suzy before at a photo shoot where we initially met, and the photographer was also John. And for this shoot, he sent me a message telling me about the whole shoot and asking me if I was interested. And of course I would love to be interested. I love working with Suzy. She's an amazing person. She's so nice, and her company actually works with women's shelters. So I love that. I think that's like an amazing like thing you can do, right? Because I don't know, if this industry we can help out, then why not, right? That'd be awesome.
Totally. And I know you've been modeling for quite a while, and you also have a little daughter too. So do you have any aspirations of bringing her to any of your future shoots and having her involved in what you do?
Well, I always tend to do shoots thinking of her. Like I don't do anything that's indecent, because I want her to see my pictures in the future, and I want her to be proud of me and literally be like, wow, that's my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't take her to any shoots right now. She's too young. She's only a year old, so she'd be too young. But yeah, no, I plan to eventually, of course. If she ever wanted to go into it, I would totally encourage it, because I think it's like, it brings your confidence up. It definitely brought mine up, so if that can help her too, then definitely.
Well, you're so well spoken and you're physically beautiful, so I'm not sure how you couldn't have any confidence, but I know it's possible, it can happen. And I do agree that the younger you are and the younger you get thrown into these kind of fields, it gives you confidence to grow.
Of course.
So you were taking some pictures on the aeroplanes today.
Yes.
Wearing some of Suzy's fabulous designs. How did you find the experience?
Well, it was so much fun. Being on the plane, like actually getting to go inside of it, not just be like around it, was pretty cool. I didn't actually think we were going to do that, but we did, so that was awesome. It's going to be like awesome, like the pictures, the concepts, awesome. So I think it's going to be really great for my own personal stuff, projects, and for the company as well. I think it will definitely turn a lot of people's eyes.
I totally think so. I've seen you posing out there where the planes are, and some of the pictures I saw were fabulous. Like, just to see you're such a natural. You're so fluid in front of the camera. You know your movements. You know your facial expressions. You know how to control all of that. You would be a role model for a lot of women who want to get into the industry, or women could learn from you. That's my personal opinion, anyways. So just because you have been modeling for quite some time, and it's something that I've known you through these modeling platforms. Is modeling where you see yourself going in the future, and what are your future aspirations?
Well, every time people ask me this, I always say modeling has always been something that I've taken as a confidence and something to build my self-esteem up. I always wanted to go in towards law, so I do eventually want to go into law school and become a lawyer, but I do want modeling to always be part of my life, because it's brought, first of all, it's made me meet such amazing people like yourself and Suzy and a bunch of other people that I would have never met, and a lot of things I would have never done if it wasn't through this. So I feel like if it's an option and a possibility, I would definitely keep going with it, like for sure.
So hopefully we get to see you on the cover of some magazine, hopefully, or, you know, on the cover of another one. So you have so many fabulous things you've done. So to date, what would you say is the most credible, like most incredible project that you've worked on? I know there's so many that it's going to be hard to pick one, but if you could choose.
Actually, lately, I've been wanting to do more things that are also within the communities and like charities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I started working with, I don't know if you know the charity Me to We.
No, you can tell me a bit about it.
They basically, they are a charitable organization which they tend to go around the world and like help people in need, like people in Uganda. They like provide them food, and like people there, they have like maybe bracelets or like clothing that they make and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
Me to We will bring it here. They actually have a store downtown, and they like sell their stuff, and I modeled for them. It was from a girl had made some bracelets in Uganda, and she was trying to sell them here, and Me to We was helping her, and I got to model her little bracelets, and it was super, super cute, because I know that's gonna be, it's gonna like be for this woman's future and like her kids or whatever, right? So it made me feel really good just to know that I'm helping her and her family out.
That's so incredible, you know, I mean, that's so touching as well, to think that you could help another girl so far away, you know, in a far worse off position than any one of us are. And so it's really inspiring to hear you say that. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, it was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So that was Karen, everybody. Thanks for watching Girls Talk. We'll be back next week.